Good morning, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics behind the biggest move in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense by an expert in financial literacy, and hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Tuesday, March 1st, and I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia, and we are live, of course, on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And if you want to try to find me, you can find me on Facebook, TikTok, and other social media by searching Larry Steinhouse. And just a reminder, if you're watching online, hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. Of course, you can also comment live during the show on YouTube and Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. Hey, Mick, thanks for watching. I totally appreciate it. By the way, if you're commenting from a group and not the Money Chat Now page, or not Money Chat Now fan page, your name will not show up on my dashboard. So please go to the Money Chat Now page and comment there so I can recognize you. Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday. Wow. I'm losing my mind here. This Thursday by going to investorschooling.com. There you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. Hey, I want to say hello to Joe and Dan, of course. All right. So, today's show we're going to be discussing, of course, the futures update. We're going to be talking about masks and nuclear wars. We're going to be talking about big tech censoring again. We're going to be talking about cybersecurity and war, and of course, COVID vaccine effectiveness. This is going to be great. You're going to really going to enjoy this one. All right, before I get started, I want to say hello to Tommy and Jacqueline. Thank you so much for watching. All right, let's talk about the futures update. So yesterday, the day, it didn't end much different than the opening, although midday it appeared that the NASDAQ was going to make a comeback when it was up about 150 points and then went down. But then all of a sudden, it closed up 57 points, so it was kind of a weird day. The Dow finished only 162 points down, and the S&P was only down 10. It was another wild ride, but all in all, the day wasn't horrible. The market ended up with the lowest performance since September of last year, or I should say for the month, since September last year, and the market is reacting, as you know, it's reacting to the situation in Ukraine, or is it? See, I'm not convinced that yesterday was any reaction to the war at all. The war reporting was light yesterday, and the delegates met to discuss an agreement. I believe the market is reacting to more of interest rate hikes coming in March than anything else. Along with that is the fact that it was February. I have said that February is almost always a bad month, and of course it certainly was. Defense stocks like Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman rose 4.5% and 5.5% respectively. Cybersecurity stocks also outperformed, with CrowdStrike jumping 5%, helping limit losses for the NASDAQ. So I'm going to talk about cybersecurity in a little while, but that was one I just didn't think about, and that makes total sense. And it's true. It makes total sense. You should definitely think about some cybersecurity stocks. Did you know, by the way, that the Kremlin website is still down? Don't you want to know who took it down, why, and how they took it down? I got to be honest, I want to know. I mentioned yesterday about the interest rates in Russia rising to 20%, which will affect the market over there, certainly. And I've also noticed an ETF, which invests in Russian companies with the symbol RSX, was down about 30% and just under $11 a share. And by the way, today it's down about $10 a share. I evaluated this ETF, and I found it to have a 13% dividend at this price. By the way, now it's a 14% dividend, which is pretty amazing too. I thought that when this all blows over, the ETF would prove to be a great investment. However, check it out. Even the calls, by the way, would have been a great covered call play, and someone I suggested the idea to tried to buy it and was blocked by TD Ameritrade. Now, that is really fascinating to me. You know, on the other hand, it might have just simply been because the Russian stock market was closed yesterday to avoid panic selling. But I don't think so. I have a feeling that you cannot buy Russian ETFs at this moment. Now, the Van Eck RSX fund is not a fund that, that really trades in Russia. It trades in America, but it trades on Russian stocks, and they're blocking it. The oil stocks also popped yesterday, and Oxy was above 44. Wow. What a great play that would have been. I had it at 10 last year, but I sold it at about 150% profit when it was in the mid-20s. And I'm going to tell you, look for more volatility as the market continues to gyrate with all the war info. The market right now, the Dow is down 219, the S&P is down 30, and the NASDAQ is down 103. And I don't know. It wasn't that bad earlier, so it's getting a little bit worse. Hey, real quick before I go to the next topic. Hey, Ken, thank you so much. Hey, Jose, and Dave and Michael, thank you so much. All right, let's take a listen to this because this is really, really important. In fact, I want you all to listen to this carefully because this is really, really important news that you should know. So I am so glad that we have organizations like the CDC, the World Health Organization, and FEMA. They help to prove that even the dumbest people on the planet could get degrees in science. Well, to prove my last theory, that they are just some of the dumbest people on the planet, FEMA just announced something that's very relevant to what is going on with the Europe war. They are telling us what to do in the case of a nuclear explosion. Yes, that's right. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, has issued updated guidance to its nuclear explosion readiness. So if you hear this sound, make sure you know what to do, and I'm going to tell you. Okay, so here you go. You ready? It includes, wait for it, tips to avoid COVID in a nuclear attack. That's right. In case a nuclear bomb goes off, and your house is destroyed, and the radiation is eating your skin as you scream in pain, FEMA suggests that you continue to be at least 6 feet apart from the other people screaming as they die. This, of course, will help spread to help stop the spread of COVID. Oh yes, and make sure you wear a mask while screaming and dying, because those screams have many more droplets than simple speech. Now, if you think I'm being sarcastic, let me read the instructions directly from the FEMA website. And I quote, "A nuclear explosion may occur with or without a few minutes warning. Fallout is most dangerous in the first few hours after the detonation, when it is giving off the highest levels of radiation. It takes time for fallout to arrive back to the ground level, often more than 15 minutes for areas outside the immediate blast damage zone." Keep listening. FEMA recommends the following steps to prevent significant radiation exposure, which include, you ready? Try to maintain a distance of at least 6 feet between yourself and people who are not part of your household. And if possible, wear a mask if you're sheltering with people who are not part of your household. Yep, we have reached the pinnacles of morons running the show. But at least now we know who all the people driving around alone in their car wearing masks are. They are obviously FEMA employees. Unbelievable, right? And this is for real. No joke. Look it up. All right. Yeah. Benny says, if you hear that sound, you're probably already dead. All right. But obviously these people were dead a long time ago. All right. Let's talk about big tech censoring. Hey, have you been in Facebook jail yet? Hey, if you are, come visit me because, I'm often in Facebook jail. I have been obviously quite a few times. And I've also had my YouTube channel removed for what YouTube calls medical misinformation. Yes, which, by the way, was proved to be true by the CDC standards, that is. So everything that I put up there that was apparently medical information, the CDC said a year ago, was exactly what I said it was. Well, Facebook and Google continue to censor anything they want as long as they feel like it. Now, I briefly mentioned yesterday that Facebook and Google were censoring many things coming from Russia, and they claim they're attempting to stop the spread of, guess what? Misinformation. And demonetizing ads that run on Russia's state media accounts. Look, I can understand the thought behind these actions, and, I'm not a big fan of what Russia's doing right now. But, just like the vaccine and masks issues, the tech giants are not allowing any opposing views. That means all of our news and news feeds are not only one-sided for any topic, they, big tech that is, allows us to see or read. So they're going to determine what we're allowed to see and what we're allowed to read. This isn't even governmental. This is big tech. So we are not allowed to know directly from the Russians why they justified these actions. Now, I don't believe there's any great justification, but I at least want to understand what they're doing. And I'm trying to look it up. I'm trying to get some more knowledge. It certainly should have been avoided, obviously, all this, but I want to know more. I want to understand. So I've been trying to research this information by using Google for a week now, and there is nothing substantial on the web that I can find. All I can see is Russia bad, Ukraine good. And it may very well be the case, but I want to be able to come to the conclusion with all the information. So who does big tech think they are by not letting me decide? Oh, I remember. This is just like COVID and vaccines, where I'm just not smart enough to decide for myself. Of course, because I'm a dummy. I'm not as smart as the guys in FEMA to tell you to wear a mask when there's a nuclear explosion. Or is the bigger picture a conspiracy theory? Listen to this quote. Check this out. Although the online platforms have undertaken significant efforts to address the Russian government's unprecedented assault on the truth, they have not done enough, said in a letter shared by Estonia Prime Minister Kaja Kallas. Russia's disinformation has been tolerated on online platforms for years. They are now an accessory to the criminal war of aggression in Russian government that they're conducting against Ukraine and the free world. Now, this is what somebody, obviously, who is against Russia is saying. And again, I'm not real happy what Russia's doing. But now listen to this quote. All the war propaganda, all the screaming and lies and hatred comes invariable from people who are not fighting. I'm going to read that one more time. All the war propaganda, all the screaming and the lies and hatred comes invariably from people who are not fighting. Want to know who said that? Guess what? It came from a George Orwell novel, Homage to Catalonia. If the book 1984 had a prequel, we would be living it now. It's scary to know that we have let this prophecy come true. Go ahead, try to look it up. You'll find nothing on the Russian side explaining this war. It's all about how the Ukraine must be free and protected from Russia. And again, even if you agree, and so far I do, you can't find any opposing views whatsoever. That alone makes me think this entire war is not about what we're being told. And when you add Biden to the mix and the history of Hunter in Ukraine, I smell a rat. Well, anyway, good luck, Ukraine. Good luck all the people in both countries as you allow yourself to be played by the rest of the world. Look, if you're a listener to this show, just think about this and let yourself wonder about what's really going on. We may never know, but if you allow yourself to think, at least you won't be part of the mind control experiments, at least not willingly anyway. Hey, we're going to take a break, and I'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. Hey, thanks for listening on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia. And if you're watching online, please hit that share button so you can help your friends learn how to make more money and learn a little bit more about, I don't know, the Larry Steinhouse conspiracy theories. Hit that like button, let me know you enjoy the show, and please leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and I'll try to respond to them. Hey, I want to say hello to a couple of people out there who just came on. Hey, William and Wendy and Bill, thanks so much for watching. I always appreciate you guys. Right now, the Dow is down 203 points, the S&P is down 26, and of course the NASDAQ is down 88. Hey, we talked about how important it is to wear a mask in case you hear this sound. We talked about the fact that Big Tech is censoring once again. Let's get into talking about cybersecurity and war and COVID vaccine effectiveness. Clearly, this is my my conspiracy theory day, I guess. And of course, I'm going to be talking about today's picks and plays. But don't forget to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to leave comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. And if you're listening on WWDB Radio, be sure to set a preset to this station and listen every day at 7:30. And don't forget to look up Money Chat Now on Facebook when you get home. All right, let's get into the second half, and let's talk about cybersecurity and war. We mentioned this briefly a little while ago, but it seems that wars are going to be won with the help of internet and computer hackers. It appears that Ukraine is looking for a group of hundreds of cybersecurity hackers to help them hurt the cybersecurity systems in Russia. So we're seeing signs of this as we see the Kremlin website has been down for 5 days. By the way, how do I know the Kremlin site is down? Basically, because I actually went there to find any information or even propaganda to research, as I discussed in the past segment of the show. You know, look, Ukraine, and I'm sure other countries, have an army of cyber attackers that are literally trying and succeeding in breaking into secure systems that control simple things like electricity, difficult things like banking information, government security documents, and anything else run by computers or stored on computers. 22 years ago, we were all worried about what would happen when the clock struck midnight on January 1st, 2000, and now all of those worries are back as we realize that cyber armies can literally shut off your power or other utilities at their whim. These people are not necessarily employees of governments either. They're volunteers and may not be organized, at least not yet. So here's what Yegor Oshov, co-founder of a cybersecurity company in Kyiv, had to say this weekend. She said the volunteers will be divided into defense and offensive cyber units. The defensive unit would be employed to defend infrastructure such as power plants and water systems, and they're looking for more volunteers and looking to organize them. By the way, in 2015, in a 2015 cyber attack, widely attributed to Russian state hackers, 225,000 Ukrainians lost electricity. Oshev continued and stated that organizing this group would help Ukraine's military conduct digital espionage operations against invading Russian forces. So now we no longer need, we just need click, 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 click. All right, I'm telling you something you must do now to survive a cyber attack here in the United States. Yes, make sure you have your mask in case your computer gets hacked. No, that's not what I'm talking about. So by the way, it's going to happen. It's not really a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Our grid, just like every other country's grid, will be hacked. The question won't be if, like I said, it'll be when and for how long. It may be a day, it may be a week, it may be a month, it may be a long time, but I suggest that you have a supply of non-perishable food, water, and gas. You should also have cash, silver, and ammo. Believe it or not, ammo is going to become a currency if the world goes down. Just have it. What's the difference? As they say, better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. By the way, I'd love to know who said that. I looked online. I tried to figure out who said it. It was attributed to a couple of people. Anyway, by the way, if you also have an electric car, make sure you also have a gas-powered car. For when the electric grid is, don't know, I'm doing this show from my underground bunker every day. So when this happens, I will still be broadcasting. Of course, you won't be able to see it or hear it, but I'll still be broadcasting. And, you know, unless, of course, Google and Facebook please come in and shut me up, that is. Anyway, so Tommy say he has generators. I agree with you, man. Good idea. All right, let's go on to the next thing. Let's talk about COVID vaccine effectiveness. Since it appears to be Conspiracy Day on Money Chat Now today, let's talk about the vaccine. Oh, by the way, YouTube, I will be quoting directly from an article from Pfizer, so don't shut me down again. Remember all those kids whose parents risked their lives by risking myocarditis? You know, to help them avoid the risk of getting a mild cold symptoms? You know, the vaccine for COVID that was all but forced into children? Yeah, you know, the one that was supposed to save lives and slow the spread? Well, according to Pfizer, hey YouTube, this information is from Pfizer about children from 5 to 12 whose parents risked the lives and health of these children, of these healthy children. It had an efficiency rate of, guess what? It had an efficiency rate of, guess what? Can you guess? Go ahead, say whatever you want. 12%. That's right. If you got your kid a vaccine, the chances of them getting COVID was only reduced by 12%. Well, of course, this study was not peer-reviewed yet, and check out this statement by unknown health official. Given rapid loss of protection against infections, these results highlight the continued importance of layered protections, including mask wearing for children to prevent infection and transmission. I wonder if those unknown health officials still have a supply of masks with teddy bears on them that they still need to sell before the country stops all the mask requirements. We'll never know, of course, because Google and Facebook won't let me research it. All right, we're going to take a break now while I get my composure. And by the way, before I go, make sure you look up Money Chat Now on YouTube and resubscribe. I need to rebuild the channel from the last time they shut me down. All right, I'll see you guys in a minute.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. If you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. Hey, maybe we'll see you Thursday. I'm looking forward to it. All right, so far we've been discussing the futures update. Right now the Dow is down 265, the S&P is down 35, and the NASDAQ is down 115. We've also discussed the fact if you hear this sound, make sure you have your mask ready, because the most important thing that before you die of radiation poisoning is that you don't get COVID. We've been talking about big tech censoring, cybersecurity, and war, and of course the useless vaccine. Oh my goodness, did I say that out loud? That we injected into our children. Coming up, of course, is today's picks and plays. But first, did you hit the like button yet? Did you hit that share button? Hey, let everyone know a great stocks plays are coming by sharing this information. And you could share your page or in groups that you feel will benefit from great stock plays. All right, you can also leave comments on YouTube and LinkedIn and Twitter. And if you're listening on WWDB Radio, set one of your presets to this channel and listen every day at 7:30 for all you need to know about politics behind the stock market and, of course, to get your blood pressure pumping. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about what's going on today. All right, so the conspiracy theories are over for today, and let's get into the market. As we exit earnings season and enter what I call the dead zone, the market should start to slow down again on bargains, so there won't be that many bargains. The bargains are about from now to March 15th. So look for some good stocks that are profitable before jumping in. I still like Meta, I still like Apple, I like the airline stocks, and I like the cruise stocks. They're all going to come bouncing back. Oil stocks may have a little bit more room, but remember, these moves are going to be temporary. If you want to take advantage of it, do it with intention and caution. In other words, take profits and say thank you, right? Bank stocks are probably at the peak for a while. I'm not a fan at this time, but I believe they'll probably come off their highs and waddle down about 25% or so lower. Today we have two notable earnings. We have Target, who reported earnings before the bell, and the results are basically this. Target is up about 10% or even 12% right now, trading on great earnings report, showing exactly what I expected. They fared very well through the inflation worries, and they had a great Christmas and are expecting their sales to rise this year as people go back to real life. I was in a mall yesterday, and I got to tell you that even though the mall was empty, the stores were empty, there was a lot of people there. It actually looked good for a change. So Salesforce is going to be reporting after the bell, and I really don't expect great results there. Right now, for the last time, let's take a look. The Dow is down 259, the S&P is down 35, and the NASDAQ is down 119. All right. So let's talk a little bit quickly on the crypto scene. Crypto right now, I'm telling you, it's an interesting play. If you're a miner, it may be very profitable to you as more and more people are starting to accept crypto as a mainstream method of currency. And the other reason, as a miner, is that the war is proving crypto's ability to get through walls that money was not able to penetrate in the past. Donations of Bitcoin and Ethereum are making it to Ukraine and Russia without any or very little interference. So that's actually pretty good. Again, if you're a miner, you're probably really liking this. Even Coinbase would be a good play right now if you want to monetize the movement of Bitcoin into Ukraine and Russia. So gold and silver, real quick, just to let you know what's going on there. They're also moving up slowly, and I expect them to be bullish in the near future. Real quick, I'm going to take a look at what gold is. So gold is actually up $22, and silver is up 29 cents. Gold is roughly $19.23, and silver is roughly 24.5, which is not bad, right? So I actually think it may be a good play. And like I said before, you want to keep some gold and silver handy in case there is a real problem, because eventually money won't be used anymore, and gold and silver may be what's left in trading, and also able to buy milk. As I always give the example, I'll be able to buy silver, take a silver coin and buy some milk for my neighbor. I just hope that I'm not lactose intolerant. Anyway, Treasury bond. So the 10-year Treasury bond is also moving down, and it's about unnoticed. So I didn't notice anybody talking about this. And it's below 1.75 this morning, and no one, like I said, is talking about it. I guess they probably have so many other things on their mind, and that's the way it is. And by the way, real quick, speaking of learning how to be free, Investor Schooling is having an event that you should know about, and you want to be there. If you go to the number 4mmw.com, 4mmw.com, we just added another great speaker who's going to be talking about getting private money. His name is Dan Satovsky. He's actually listening online. Thanks, Dan. I totally appreciate you joining that group as well. So that's on April 24th. It's a Sunday. Go to 4mmw.com. And the tickets are on sale there. The current price is $197, and I promise you that you will learn so much more money from that. And it's tax deductible, by the way. So enjoy that as well. And it's all about money and freedom. We're going to have some really cool guests, including myself. Hey, I want to make sure that you guys have an awesome time. Have an awesome time, and have a profitable day today.